Most of us think love is something a baby just feels because we're there. But there's something happening in your home every single day that's quietly affecting how your baby's brain forms the deepest emotional bond it will ever have. And almost no parent realizes they're doing it. Bonding is a biological process. It's built moment by moment through specific signals that your baby's nervous system is wired to look for from the day they're born. And when those signals are missing, even from the most loving parent in the world, your baby's brain logs it. These 7 things take less than a minute each. But once you start doing them, your baby won't just recognize you as their parent. Their nervous system will physically tune to yours in a way that shapes who they become for the rest of their life. Let's start with the one almost every modern parent is getting wrong without realizing it: phone effect. You're sitting with your baby. They're playing on the mat in front of you. You glance down at your phone, just to check a message. To you, that's nothing. 2 seconds. To your baby's brain, something just happened that their nervous system is going to remember. When a parent's face suddenly goes blank and unresponsive, even for a short moment, a baby's heart rate spikes, their stress hormones climb, and their body shifts into a state of confusion. They try to re-engage you, they smile harder, they make sounds, they reach. When you don't respond because your face is buried in a screen, they eventually look away. They self-soothe, they stop trying. Repeated enough times, it shapes how secure your baby learns to feel in your presence. This isn't about you being a bad parent. It's about a piece of technology that didn't exist when our brains evolved sitting in our hand all day, every day. The daily habit is brutally simple. When you are with your baby, be with your baby. Put the phone down, even just face down on the table. Not for an hour. For 5 minutes at a time, fully present with your face soft and responsive. 5 minutes of full presence rewires more than an hour of distracted being there ever could. And if you think that's powerful, wait until tip 7. Because there's one specific touch your hands can do that triggers a chemical response stronger than anything your voice or face ever will. Eye contact during feeds. In those quiet feeding minutes, bottle or breast, your baby is looking into you, searching for something specific. They want your eyes back. When mutual eye contact happens between a parent and their infant, something extraordinary takes place. Their brain waves begin to physically synchronize. The baby's brain literally tunes itself to the parent's, and that synchronization is the foundation of every emotional skill that baby will ever have. Empathy, communication, the ability to self-regulate. It all starts here. Now think about how most feeds happen in modern life. You're holding the bottle, you're scrolling, you're watching TV. Your baby is staring up at you, and you're looking somewhere else. Their brain is reaching for yours, and your brain is somewhere else entirely. You haven't done anything wrong. Nobody told you this matters. But now you know. The daily habit is small, but it changes everything. During every single feed, find at least one stretch, even just 1 minute, where you put everything else down and lock eyes with your baby. Soften your face, raise your eyebrows, smile slowly when they smile. That 1 minute is doing more for their developing brain than any toy, app, or class ever could. You are the most important thing they will ever look at. Be there when they look. Tip 3. The voice. When you mail that voice, that high, soft, slightly silly tone you'd never use in public, the one that comes out when you're alone with your baby, most parents feel a little embarrassed by it. That voice is one of the most powerful tools you have, and you should be using it dramatically more than you are. When you speak to your baby in flat, normal adult tones, their brain processes it as background noise. But when you switch to that warm, slow, melodic tone, every consonant exaggerated, every vowel stretched, their brain lights up differently. Heart rate slows. Attention locks in. Language pathways start firing. In the first year of life, your baby cannot understand a single word you say, but their nervous system understands everything about how you say it. That tone tells them, you are safe, you are seen, you belong to me. Here's the daily habit. Talk to your baby constantly, not in your normal voice, in that voice. Narrate your day. Tell them what you're cooking. Describe the color of their socks. Comment on the rain outside the window. The words don't matter. The voice does. That voice is the first language they ever learn to trust. And the more they hear it from you, the more your face becomes the place their brain associates with safety, learning, and love. Tip 4. Sing. Don't just talk. Here's something almost no parent realizes. Singing to your baby, even badly, even off-key, even in a language they don't know, calms them roughly twice as effectively as speaking to them. Twice. Something about the rhythm, the predictability, the pure structure of music slips past whatever else is going on in their brain and reaches the part responsible for emotional regulation. And here's the part most parents miss. It doesn't have to be a lullaby. It doesn't have to be in tune. It doesn't have to be in any particular language. What matters is that you are the one singing. Your baby is not judging your voice. Your baby is bonding with the sound of their parent producing music meant only for them. Pick one short song. The same one, every day. Sing it during baths. Sing it during nappy changes. Sing it when they're fussing in the car seat. That one song becomes a sound their brain associates with safety. Months from now, hearing the first few notes will be enough to start calming them. You become a walking source of regulation, and the only voice that can sing them out of distress. And if any of this is making you see your baby differently right now, hit subscribe. Bloom Early posts these every week. Tip 5. Why your baby cries more than you think. If your baby cries more than you'd expect, especially in the late afternoon and evening, here's something most parenting books won't tell you. Modern babies cry significantly more than babies in cultures where they're carried throughout the day. Not comforted when crying. Carried, constantly, strapped to a parent's body during everyday tasks, cooking, walking, working, talking. In a randomized controlled trial that became one of the most cited papers in pediatric history, researchers found that babies who were carried for an extra few hours per day, outside of feeding and outside of crying episodes, cried 43% less overall and over 50% less during evening hours. Half. Just from being held more. Your baby's nervous system was built for constant physical contact with a moving caregiver. When that contact disappears for hours and they're left alone in cribs, swings, and bouncers, their body interprets it the way every mammal baby's body does. I have been left. Crying is the oldest, most evolutionarily ancient way of signaling that. The daily habit is uncomfortable for some parents to hear. Hold your baby more than you think you should. Use a wrap, a sling, a soft carrier, and just go about your day with them on your body. You're not spoiling them. You're regulating them. And the calmer their nervous system is during the first year, the calmer their nervous system will be for years after. Tip 6. Skin to skin doesn't stop at birth. When your baby was born, there's a chance the hospital placed them on your bare chest. That single hour has been studied so extensively that the World Health Organization now recommends it as standard care for every newborn on Earth. It stabilizes the baby's heart rate. It regulates their breathing. It protects their body temperature. It triggers the release of bonding hormones in both parent and baby. It even improves long-term breastfeeding outcomes and reduces infant mortality. The daily habit is simple and feels almost too small to matter. A few times a week, take their onesie off, take your shirt off, lay them on your bare chest, during a nap, during a feed, while watching TV. That contact is doing something inside both of your bodies that no other interaction can replicate. You are the regulator their body was designed to plug into. Tip 7. Remember at the start, when I said there's one touch your hands can trigger that releases a chemical response stronger than your voice or face ever could. This is it. And once you understand this, you'll never touch your baby the same way again. Across every culture on Earth, when a parent picks up a baby for the first time, one of the first instinctive things they do, without being taught, is slowly, gently, stroke the baby's forehead. Down. Over and over. Soft and rhythmic. That's not random. The skin on your baby's forehead, scalp, and the back of their neck is dense with a specific type of nerve fiber that responds to one thing only: slow, gentle, repetitive stroking at roughly 3 centimeters per second at the temperature of a human hand. When those fibers are activated, they send a direct signal to the parts of the brain responsible for social bonding and emotional safety. They trigger the release of oxytocin, the same neurochemical that creates lifelong attachment. Not pleasure, not comfort, bonding. This is the system your baby's body was waiting for the moment they were born. Here's how you activate it deliberately. During a feed, during a wind down, before a nap, use one fingertip and slowly stroke down their forehead between the brows. Slow, gentle, rhythmic, over and over. Watch their body soften. Their eyes will slow. Their breathing will deepen. Their fists will unclench. That is not just relaxation. That is your baby's brain releasing the exact chemical it was designed to release in the presence of someone they belong to. Not a soother, not a sound machine, you. 7 things, less than a minute each. But together, they tell your baby something that no toy, no class, and no app ever could. If this changed how you see your baby today, share it with one parent who needs to hear it.